First of all, remove all the plastic and paper, cardboard and all that stuff off there. When I got this toolbox, there was a wire tie sticking out of the edge of this top, and it had the keys on it, so I took those off of there and I put the key in the lock here on the front. They have this plastic bag taped to the bottom. Here's the wire tie I was talking about. The key, it was hanging over like this, and the key was hanging on this. So you're going to need these hardware things. Now where this goes on your bed of your truck is, this can either go on the left side. This part right here where the lock is, this can go either on the left side of your truck or on the right side. I would say that you would put it on the left side because, or on the right side, because if you're standing at the back of the truck, it would be on the right side, because let's say that you were on the street and you were parked parallel to the curb, you would want to have it like on the right. If you're standing at the back, you'd want to have it on the right, because then you could avoid traffic that way. They got grease all over the whole thing to grease the latch. Also, they're going to have these legs down here. Now, some of the ridiculous prices they have. TSC had a box that was longer than this for around $900. This one was around $290, almost $300. So you're going to have these. These are going to attach to the bed of your truck, similar to this, and then they're going to support the weight of this box once you get it full of tools. Now this is fairly light gauge aluminum. You can also get steel, which isn't much better because it's super thin, or you can make your own. Another thing is that this has a rubber seal right here. That goes around the entire top to keep out water. So it's a gasket. They've got a little bit of a gap right here. Doesn't look like it's too bad. I don't know if it would keep out snow if you live in a snowy climate. Now, one of the mistakes I almost made was you cannot mount, let's say that this is the bed rail here, you cannot mount that bed rail right up against the box like this. You have to have some space for one of these J-bolts, and I'll show you one of those. Very important. You must have room for one of these J-bolts. You can put it as close as this right here, but you have to have some space there, otherwise you're going to be in tough shape. So another thing is that they recommend that you come in 3 inches from this edge back in here somewhere. 3 inches. So I'll show you that. Another thing is that these are not stainless hardware. If you want all stainless, you're going to have to get special bolts. Okay, so I'm going to come in 3 inches. From the edge. About right here. Okay. I want to make sure that that's visible. All right. I'm going to come in about another inch. Now, maybe 3/4. Okay, 3/4 of an inch. Okay. Now, right where these two meet, that's where I'm going to drill my hole. Okay, what we're doing here is we're going to mount these, and these are going to be sort of like this underneath this hole. So first of all, punch it. Now they want you to use a 3/8 bolt, 3/8 inch drill. But you can use a 5/16 and it will be fine. Okay. So now this is the J bolt. It's gonna be mounted like this. And another thing is that all of these chips, you can get rid of them. You don't need those in there. They'll cut your fingers and all that, so you don't need them. So I'm going to take them out. All right, now another thing is, once I put this in there, I want it to be loose. And then I'll show you exactly how to mount it. Okay, take the chips out. Okay, now for my application, this is not true for every truck and every van and everything else that you're going to put these toolboxes on. But for my application, which is a 07 Dodge 1500 single cab 8-foot bed, it's going to be 13 3/4. So I'm making a mark with a silver Sharpie. Alright. Now according to the book that came with this, it's mounted like this. You're gonna line up your mark for your truck bed. Now, of course, this is not for every Chevy, Dodge, Ford truck out there. This is just for my application. Okay, it's going to be mounted similar to this. Okay, and so I'm going to come up probably about half an inch, at least, maybe 3/4 of an inch up from this. right? And then I'm going to make a mark on the box with a black Sharpie. Line up my mark first. Once you get the first hole drilled, that's the main operation right there. Okay, just make a mark. Here is my suggestion. I'm going to take and mount the first bolt, and then after I get the first bolt mounted, then I'm going to drill the other holes. If you drill all 3 holes at supposedly where you're supposed to be, they might be off. So in my application and for what I'm going to do, I'm going to mount the first one right now. Make sure that the previous mark is visible. Okay, something like that right there. And I'm going to put some caulk on there because I don't want snow and rain coming in there. Here's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to take this bolt right here and put it on the inside. Next, I'm going to put some caulk on it. Now these washers or these nuts are called nylock nuts, and they're supposed to make it so that it doesn't come loose easily. So take a 1/2-inch wrench, go on the inside of it. That's not how you want to do it. That's up to you. Okay, now I've got at least one of them on there. Okay, I'm going to make sure that the distance between the edge right here and this area right here, the bottom, is the same as this edge and this, the bottom of this. Okay, measure. You want to eyeball it just like me, that's okay. That's up to you. Okay, hold it on the inside. The center of the hole is going to be 1 3/8. That's where I want it. Now you can do it however you want to do it. Okay, I'm looking right at the J-bolt. Now, once you get these legs on, put it in the bed of your truck, all right, and then carefully hook these J-bolts onto the bed of the truck. They should hook underneath this rail. In this case, this is a Dodge 1500, but hook it right under this rail here, and make sure that you don't bend the rail. I very carefully tightened it, but you're going to tighten it in here. And then you're going to drill through your truck bed, and you'll have to look underneath to make sure that you don't hit a wire. It's very important that you don't hit a wire or a brake line when you're drilling. Make sure that it's going to be okay. You're going to have to measure, measure, and measure again to make sure that you don't hit anything. Okay, I came up from the bottom with stainless steel bolts after I drilled holes, and that's how I attach these black brackets.